Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Reus 2, where today we're just kind of taking it easy. We're going calm mode. So, in addition to no particular inspiration or goal in mind, no unlock requirements for our various eras, we also just have no idea what the rewards are going to be for these. It's very difficult to prepare for this, but note uh, easy versus medium, medium versus challenging. The calm ages do have a lower difficulty level listed than all of the other eras of their appropriate time. So, maybe this will just be like a real gentle one. So, given that we don't really seem to have a way of preparing, I am not. We're not directed in any particular direction. I would like to get a star on a spirit we don't have a star on yet. So, the sage gives flat 20 food to every plant, which seems actually bananas, like really incredibly powerful. The merchant gives gold and biodiversity from gems, as long as the gem is unique. Tinker is a bunch of bonus science from things. The diplomat, right, the diplomat, we looked at this one before. I kind of think this might be the thing to do when we're doing Sludge Core. Like either that or the Sage. Just because being able to put down stuff that doesn't normally have a food yield and having it gain flat food is going to be very powerful for upgrading the canned sludge part at the end of the thing. So, I think let's not do either of those right now. Let's save those for next time. And this is basically just what we were doing last time, right? The science and food plant focused game. It's funny because we took the minor spirit and then it ended up being so like we did make use of it. We did get a lot of value out of it, but we ended up thinking so much about plants for the entire run. I'll tell you, I'm inclined to go merchant just because it feels pretty different. The extra it's a lower yield than a lot of the other spirits give, but the extra biodiversity is going to mean you get more apex biotica, which is a big deal. I think this is good. I think let's try this. So, what do we want to be running? Biome wise, I mean. We haven't actually had a desert in a little while, and the desert has a specific gem focus. And we've picked up all of these biotica that play with the Baron tags. I would like to do that. I would like to play with the Baron tags. So, we definitely want a desert. We can't create desert with either of the plant giants. So, which plant giant do we want to bring? I kind of don't want forest or rainforest. What are we doing? Like maybe like a savanna and maybe like a savanna and a desert and a taiga? Yeah, that would be kind of cool. So you can create both desert and taiga. You could create both savanna and desert. I don't really know. I guess a little bit this comes down to their micros, right? I kind of wish that their unique micro was listed on their card. So we probably don't want this, right? Because we're probably not going to be very plant focused. But we were pulling the other guy for that slot anyway. And he's got the ghost fungus, which we do like. We do like that. Woolly moth caterpillar is not bad. But the scarab is probably more relevant to the thing we're doing now. So we want to pull you in that slot. And then of the two other giants, the animal focused ones, each adjacent critter or fish, or each distinct predator in the whole biome. So I think it's these three. Judging both by the biomes we want and their unique stuff. So we won't be able to place a taiga until after the first era. So we might have to slow roll things a little bit, but I'm fine with it. I think this is good. Let's do it. I'm ready to start humanity. Who isn't? If you need to pause the video for a moment before you could feel you can start humanity, that's fine. So I think we're gonna go ahead and put down a desert for the merchant. Oops, that's the wrong button. Yeah, let's desert for you. And I don't know, like, let's give you like 3. Do I want it to be 3? I don't know. Let's put down the desert and then worry about where to settle him in it afterward. But this time I'm not planning on doing an ocean. So we're going to create a savanna as well. And then we're going to put down some taiga. But that has to wait. So for right now, I think what I'm going to do is settle everybody near a breakpoint so that we can do the thing where we have extra biome diversity, because we've been doing a lot of that and it feels pretty good generally, I think. So I'm going to give you 2 patches here between you and the split. And we will just leave this space open for the taiga, and the taiga's probably going to get expanded some. Okay. So remember, gems get extra value. You want to be next to a plant. We have an animal that wants to be next to gems, right? No, we don't have it yet. Okay. So you just need to be next. You just need there to be a critter anywhere, and you're barren. This is a barren thing. We do have a science booster, and it's not like, you know, obviously we do want the other resources. So I probably want to put down... We can put that sagebrush there, I guess. I want to put down a quartz. I think I'm going to just put it... It doesn't have any adjacency bonus. This is the thing. I'm just going to put it here. The gems only get this bonus while they're unique, right? Unique in the biome. So stuff that can be placed in multiple biomes, we could get multiple copies of. I think this is gonna finish it by itself. That's pretty good. Yeah, I feel like we haven't played with the desert in like a really long time. I'm going to settle the Huntress, I think. Probably we're not doing a Pirate Queen here. Quarry, or a companion to live from the wilds of the land. Honestly, I really want to put you down in the taiga, like with that description. So mystery is just food for you. We're probably not going to have all that much mystery. I'm going to put her over here, like right on the edge of the savanna and the taiga. Three population with 2 animals within borders. Okay. All right. Gem Seeker is obviously very good. Has a higher value than Trading Post. All right, and let's take a desert draft because we really do want to try to get as many different gems as possible as quickly as possible. Lapis Lazuli comes along with some topaz and some jasper. Very difficult to turn down. Now, it is worth noting none of this stuff is barren. It doesn't play super well with that mechanic, but I think we would be fools to pass this up. All right, so none of these gems give any science. I think we're just going to have to live with that. So I'm going to put down, you want to be adjacent to other gems. You want to be adjacent to an animal. I'm going to put this down over here. going to encourage your spread in this direction. And then we're going to put down a lapis lazuli because we have so much biodiversity thanks to all of our merchant spirit. Pretty good start, honestly. Yeah, we're gonna hit that merchant village right away. Rad. And that has capped the project as well. So we kind of don't have to think about Great Dune Market for the entirety of the next age. Over here at Wildgate, which has flags in a very attractive shade of pink. 3 population, 2 animals. So let's get some critters over here. A science thing. Sorry, yeah. You want to be next to a plant, too. That's a little awkward. It's not bad. You know what? It's not a bad idea to put down some elephant grass there. Let's do that. And then over here we will go guinea fowl. Which is sadly not going to be enough food by itself. But one more guinea fowl would get us there. And honestly, like, this guinea fowl probably is just going to become... this is probably just going to become an African wild dog afterward, but... for right now. Okay, and unfortunately they're going to expand into the savannah first. I do want them to have some taiga space. Alright, and I think we're not putting down the 3rd city yet. I mean, I guess we could. We could put them down right on the edge here, and then... yeah, because they'll just have access to a couple of patches. You know what? Actually, I think that's fine. So botanist versus miner is kind of an awkward setup. I guess miner... I mean, we love minerals in the taiga, right? Yeah, the miner fits better, for sure. And the miner can just go right here. We're probably not going to complete his quest right away. But also, there's not a huge incentive to do so. Okay, so you would like animals. And it kind of doesn't matter how we do this. It's tough to know whether we will value food or money more, right? My guess is we'll value food more. Because we're going to be better at generating money, given the way we're likely to draft. And I mean, there is the immediate Hunter's Village thing, right? So, I think I was right. I think I do want to... I kind of want to just put down African wild dogs here. I think let's take a savannah draft before we make any decisions. This might be a good time to run hyenas. Obviously, they don't have Baron either. Oh, this isn't, sorry. This isn't the desert. This is savannah herd stuff. Yeah, let's take some zebras. So, each distinct adjacent herbivore. And obviously with them being the food generator, I want them to be here, but that does make things a little bit awkward. Because you want to have the guinea fowl. I think what we're going to end up doing is kind of redistributing here. So, zebras can't be put down yet. Hold on. We're going to put down a pair of African wild dogs for animal distinctness. Also a guinea fowl here. That keeps our hiding spot active. It gets those guys active. And then a zebra on this slot leaves us room to land some distinct herbivores nearby and still be able to max out Savanna Herd. Okay, and that gets us to 3 distinct animals, which is rad. How are we doing on this? Are we... Yep, we are absolutely going to hit 8 already. Fantastic. And 13 Eon until the next era. Yeah, the thing is, I don't actually want this... Well, this city can't expand, so I guess we could just put stuff down. Let's take a draft, though. Let's take a desert draft. So, obviously, we love gems. Ooh, index fossil. That's cool. I don't remember seeing this. So, big science, big mystery. If adjacent to distinct minerals. The Gila monster gets us access to Energite, which is fairly valuable. None of this stuff is barren, but the saffron draft, at least, like, it cares about barrenness and it gets us mud cracks. I don't know, maybe we're not really playing into the barren thing as much as I was hoping. You want to be in a biome that has 2 or fewer other animals. I don't know if that's where we are at. We probably are going to be generating a lot of gems, right? Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm looking for barren in the tags. And very quickly going, that's not barren, that's not barren. But right, it's for some reason it's not a tag. It's an ability. I guess it makes sense because it has its own actual inherent rules instead of just being something that's referred to by other rules. So, okay. The field of Rinko is barren. Sandgrouse and the Mudcrack are both barren. The Sister is not. But, like, this is where all the wealth is, right? Honestly, no, not that much. These are kind of weird. I guess I'm inclined to take this one because it lets us maybe play a little bit better with the barren mechanics. Taking the Gila monster gets us a really early, very significant boost. But I'm not super excited by the other unlocks. So let's take the saffron. And we're definitely going to have to take a taiga draft at some point, so let's just go ahead and do it now. And this seems like maybe time to play foxes, although we know that dude's gonna want his copper. He always wants his copper, and we can take metalsmith and then not really like stress about his building development. Yeah, we should probably do that. I do like the fox though. Extra biodiversity. And you know, it does get us a gem early on. The copper is really hard to say no to, though. Maybe we'll see the other thing as well. Okay, so we'll do that for you. I guess I may as well get you started here, though. So that wants to be next to a plant. This doesn't need to be next to anything. So we'll put down some redstone. And then also mudcrack, just to generate the biodiversity. And here it's adjacent to the plant, so even if we fill in everything around it, it's still adjacent to an empty slot. He is in fact going to border expand over the nothing. Don't worry, this is going to pay off for you, friend. Eventually, you'll be happy you did that. All right, so a calm era. Extra rerolls, prosperity, seems very straightforward. Giants can create their secondary biome. It was you, right? Why am I not the buttons? Here we go. Oh, zoom out. There we go. At least this much taiga. You, I think we're going to take Toolsmith. Okay. I was going to say it didn't do the expansion, but it was waiting for that. All right, so we have to get to 4 biodiversity to be able to place this copper. And also, obviously, some ruggedness would be nice. We do have a gem that'll be good for this. So I think this is the thing to focus on for the moment, right? Wow, we really just zoomed past. It was just get to 30, get to 45, and then get to 70. Okay. This really is easy. Yeah, so you want to be adjacent to a bioticum with base science, which you will be. There's no particular adjacency need for the gem right now, so I guess here's what I'm thinking. Stone there. Agate here. Some tin there. That produces the biodiversity that we need. You want to be next to a plant. And I don't think it matters hugely which way we do this. I think it's okay for me to just put the tree down here. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me put the tree down here. Because I don't know when they're going to run out of desire to expand. But we can make sure the copper is going to be within borders. Okay. And Toolsmith is very nearly capped out. All right, so now we can just not worry about that anymore. We're good. Are we good on your building as well? We are. And I think on yours as well. Yeah, okay. We are in fact ready to go to the next era already, but we don't get to carry our Eon forward. So let's place some things. Let's lay some shit down. Let's draft. I really want a desert draft, but obviously we can't. Savannah draft. Show me some cool stuff. I do not hate the Amaranth. Amaranth is pretty fun. The Marula is high value. African Violet's pretty good. The scavenger tags are interesting. You mostly care about food. So I think I'm going to do the Amaranth. Yeah. Right, we don't care terribly about the nickel. We care about gems, but not so much other kinds of minerals, especially not in this particular environment. They're more important than the other two. Okay. So that's going. Let's talk about some more Great Dune Market. So we have this side open, and you just want so much more money. The Sandcat wants to be next to more critters. Sandgrouse costs a biodiversity to place. I didn't notice that. But that's fine. Alright, so let's put the Sandcat down on the animal booster. Because it's got pretty good yield. We placed all of the gems that we unlocked already, right? Topaz, Jasper. Yeah. Okay, so you just want there to be a critter bioticum in the biome anywhere, it doesn't matter where. I mean, it certainly doesn't hurt to just put a jerboa down right next to him. There's something to be said for the sand grouse instead, I suppose, with the Baron tag. Or with the Baron rules. And it has more food on it than the jerboa does. I guess because it doesn't give biodiversity. But, like, we're doing just fine on biodiversity right now. And then the thing is, we actually are kind of in a weird spot with creating more wealth for this area because we don't want to place a second copy of our gems necessarily. I guess we only lose 10 gold. We lose the biodiversity too, but like it's worth it, I suppose, for like to place more jasper. We would rather be placing other stuff. And I guess like a redstone gives you 10 gold. Which is also true of a jasper, right? In the sense that it gives you 20, but also you lose 10. Obviously, this only gives you the 10 gold if it's adjacent to a plant, and we weren't necessarily planning on putting down more plants there. But maybe we don't need to stress about this too much. Maybe let's work on Hunter's Town instead, and we'll come back to the other thing. I kind of want to give the Huntress... So the Huntress has a lot of open slots. The Huntress does not have a lot of herbivores, and you want distinct herbivores. We can certainly put down a gazelle. And then also, let's put some stuff down over here. So you do want wealth. We definitely don't have room to get value out of a skunk here, but like let's put down a stoat. Try to get some expansion into this biome over here. We can afford the slight barren hit from the rabbits on this one. Okay. Think we are good to move on. You're at 100. Yeah, let's just push it into the next era. Those calm airs are very straightforward. All right, and we got some good biodiversity, draft charges, micro charges. I'm really happy to see a free draft charge. Let's calm again. What if more rerolls? What if more prosperity? All right, we hit 1 star instantly. This is just get to 175 by the end of the era. I bet we could do that. So, Amulet Smith is the most money and also it's the most aligned with our goals. Eureka indeed. Okay, you're a border expander, you're a trade mission. I do want to make sure we get some Savannah over here, so... you... are very good at generating resources off of animals. It feels to me like a tavern. Right, we do want both resources. Yeah, let's hit the tavern. Also, we're doing pretty well on the tavern already. Actually, we're capped. Not a bad start. Okay, and what do you want? You're generating both tech and wealth, so a statue wouldn't be bad. But also, weaponsmith is really easy. There's a lot to be said for that. I don't necessarily want to be putting down a bunch of gem biotica within the borders of this city because we want them to be like desert gems really need to be in the other city. So I do think we want to skip Amulet Smith here. So the question is just like statue versus weaponsmith, right? Honestly, statue's probably right. Maybe I'll regret that. Oh, it turns out it's done already. Never mind, I don't regret it. My fear did not come true. So I guess the only one that we're not finished with is this. Let's take a draft. I think I do want it to be, well, are we out of desert patches? We're not out of desert patches yet. Let's take it as a desert draft. And we're looking for more gems, and indeed, the diamond has 3 gem tags, my friend. Also sunstone, also turquoise, which is a gem. It is a 3-star gem. It's worth noticing, so that we can't actually use it to finish what we're doing now. Carnelian is a 1-star gem. Plays a little bit better. We can get diamond eventually, and maybe it'll be good eventually. But for right now, I think we might be best off taking the carnelian. So you get extra value for all of the resources that are within animals. You don't want there to be a lot of plants around. I think that makes sense. Also, I love the music in this game. I don't know if that's... I've probably said that a couple of times now, but it's nice. And this unlocks it for the savannah too, which is handy. Because we do get the biodiversity bonus once per biome. So yeah, I definitely want that. Let's go lay down some carnelian. You want to be... So you are barren. You want to be adjacent to an animal. And you're also a barren slot. So we picked up the desert tortoise, which would like to get to do things and be adjacent to barren tiles. So we can actually put down a desert tortoise right here. Obviously we have to do upgrades first, but you know, that ends up being pretty good, I think. We have the biodiversity to put down another lapis. I'm wondering, like... I'm looking at this and I'm thinking about our first upgrade, what we're going to be able to put into legacy mode. We're gonna do something here. It's gonna damage stuff for a moment, but it'll be good in the end. And I mean, it's going to do a lot of good in the moment too, but you know. Okay, so you are 25 value at most. You're 25 value at most. I think I'm going to, yeah, put down a carnelian here. And then over here, we're going to put down also a carnelian. You know, you need to be adjacent to distinct gems. Yeah. So if I put down a carnelian, does it count as a different gem because it's carnelian parentheses desert? No, sadly. So that being the case, I even want to like temporarily... $20, yeah, it's not really all that different. Okay. So we'll temporarily put this down, just to really maximize the value of that. Then we upgrade this slot. I replace my sand cat. I know this is kind of goofy. Ooh, that's a really good spot for a mineral booster. So I guess I'm going to be... I was going to put down turtles. We'll put the turtles there. And here, we will put down something. I don't know what. Do I want to... I can't desert draft again. Okay, well, this will be available for some kind of cool tier 2 thing. For right now, this is where the carnelian's going to sit. And you're going to put down a desert tortoise, which is adjacent to the carnelian and the sandcat, and as such gets its bonus. There we go. That's what I was setting up. Cool. And these are probably not even right. Like, these are probably changing, but I don't know what to do with them just yet. Actually, the way everything's set, we are getting the maximum. We're getting pretty good value. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, anyway, we've got Great Dune Market. It is fully amulet smithed. It is happy and powerful. Here we are statued up. Here we are taverned up. Okay, so we're just working on general prosperity then. And obviously that part of the form that takes is working on these projects. So let's draft Savanna Herbivore. I do not hate a white rhino. White rhino, each distinct plant of a set of plant and herbivore, and you want to be adjacent to at least 2 plants. The lion draft is cool, but the lion draft doesn't help us all that much right now. It gives us like the white-backed vulture, which is not a terrible pull, certainly. But I kind of want to go this way. So, we'd be talking about laying down probably the white rhino here. 2 plant biotica. Yeah, the plants would have to be here. Okay, so what do we want to lay down in the interim? What do we want to put down to tuck away underneath the thing? It's pretty easy with some gazelles to generate a lot of food. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. The rhino wants to be adjacent to plants. So I'm going to put down an agouti here. And you can make me another gazelle. When the agouti goes down, it's going to activate all the gazelles at the same time, which is going to be rad. Okay. Now with the gazelles live, we throw the upgrade charge on here. And rhino right there gets us the 3rd distinct herbivore for the zebra, in addition to rhino output. And then that's a gold booster, which is a little bit awkward because we definitely want that slot to be a plant. Yeah. You know, African violets provide gold, and we do need biodiversity in this biome in general because we're spending it very quickly. So actually, I don't hate that. Go ahead and put down one of those. Yeah, in addition to grazer, that's a 3rd plant for sanctuary. That's really good. Man, the rhinos are really it's a really good animal. All right, so Wildgate's having a great time. Wildgate's killing it. Let's try to finish Minor Town then. We don't have any inventions here. We're trading for some crummy earrings. We gotta get some better inventions going. Okay, Great Dune. Your statue is already complete. So what do we want to do here? What is of value in the Great Dune Oasis? You know what we probably need is a draft. Alright, so you like minerals, you like gems. This gets us labradorite, which is actually great. Caribou, which is pretty good. Snowshoe hare, pretty good. It's an animal that generates food and gold at the same time, which is rad. The sugar beets will get us caroite and labradorite and the lignite, which we do like an awful lot. 2 lost minerals. There's something to be said for that. The tourmaline's not bad, but I actually think, as much as I don't know that we'll use the sugar beets, I think this is the best overall draft. Okay, you are all the way set up. You're all the way set up. So yeah, I guess let's just put down some new plants. Some new minerals. We're super good on that. You would like to be adjacent to at least 2 critter biotica, so let's... We do have to get the lignite down, right? I probably want this to be where the lignite goes, I think. So, like, the really high value thing here would be to retire a copper, right? So I think what I might do for just a moment here is, like, let's put down something else there to reclaim the biodiversity. Maybe I could just get the biodiversity I want from expansion even. Because, like, we're going to put down lignite there. We probably do want this to still be a fir or some kind of plant for the sake of the tin. So the lignite wants another mineral nearby. We probably want, like, caroite here and labradorite here, where it might actually get adjacent to some critters. And that'll give us a very significant boost in biodiversity because of all the mineral smith or the merchant spirit bonuses. So then we can just lay down a new copper right there. Pretty good. With the intention of just upgrading over it and locking in all the value. Okay. That slot gained a food booster. That's not very convenient. So then I put you down here. And we still want a plant. It is worth noting the sugar beet is extremely high food output here. This is almost 200 food, and in terms of general prosperity, it is going to be one of the best prosperity plays we can make, and all we'd be losing is 15 science. It's a lot of biodiversity, but, like, it's going to get us an emblem. And it's maybe one of the very few food sources we'll be putting down in this city in general. So, like, it's very efficient when you think about it that way. I actually think I'm going to do it instead of just putting down the fir tree. And I know that I'm consuming a biodiversity here, but we're also gaining some because it's the only one of these that we're likely to do. It does not push us toward completion of our minor town, which means it's not pushing that hard on call in progress, but it is still going to be like probably 6 or 7 points of prosperity by itself. So I'm not too upset. Yeah, and it's bonus science from the tin, and I think it's good. Okay, so my statue's still intact, right? My statue's more intact than it's ever been, in fact. Okay, yeah, that got us to that got us to 9 population. Sugar beets, you know, they're technically food. So now we still have to generate a bit of science and a lot of wealth. This labradorite would like to be adjacent to some critters. Why can't you be a critter? You're such a good animal overall. All right, well, let's put you down for sure. I think we might be dropping another rabbit here just for the moment. It's not ideal, but it activates the stoat and the labradorite together, and that's, you know, it's a fair amount of extra money. Are you gonna border expand? Oh, you're not full. So we will have to buy some era boosters right now if I want to 3-star this era, and I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. We're just gonna have to buy some now. It's a little weird. It feels strange. Without a strong sense of what we're doing here, I guess I'm gonna spend a little population. So I'm gonna put down rabbit for the moment because it has to be a different critter. You don't actually care about distinctness, but you care about it not being another stoat. And then we're going to put something down over here, which is going to promote border growth. So when we put something down over here, what are we getting? We have access to 3 stars for this region already, but obviously we can't use them. I could do an upgrade and throw down a desert tortoise. The thing is, we do also need science, right? Redstone is not barren. But these can be swapped. And saffron in this spot does good work. Yeah. Jasper's not barren either. All right, let me put something down for the moment. What is going to have the highest yield just right now? You know, there is critter in the biome. So a sandcat here is not bad. Let's throw it on a sandcat. And then I think we might be upgrading over this patch. And we're probably going to have to buy some more era limit, which I'm a little surprised by. But you know, as much as it is true that we're not being pressed with a lot of weird requests, we're also not getting like free extra buildings in the cities. Okay, good. We're gonna get expansion over this. That'll help with the gold even a little bit more. And then, yeah, I think I am just going to upgrade over this slot. I think we're going to, like I said, swap the positions of the sagebrush and the redstone. It stops you from doing a thing while another giant's placing while you have fewer than 5 Eon, even if you're not actually using your last Eon. Because they're watching out. They're watching out for for nonsense. Okay. That is a science booster. That's interesting. So yeah, we want to put the saffron down there then. And this redstone maybe gets moved out eventually or something. But saffron down there is not going to end things. However, We have 1 eon left. If I put down this saffron, it spends the 1 eon. And then if we buy an eon booster... Hold on a second here. When I buy the eon booster, let's say with population again. Yeah, it does give us 5 instead of giving us 1. So we effectively got 4 eon for free there. That's probably pretty important. And that's pushed us over without finishing Minor Town, because that was just so much. So I actually didn't even need to buy the booster. And that being the case, maybe shouldn't have. I don't want to put down the Desert Tortoise because the Desert Tortoise is not itself barren. Oh, hey, that did finish. They invented steam turbines. Wow, that's a good invention. It's a strong one. This is a good time for you to send over a trade mission. Yeah, so we got to put something else down. I don't want to put anything in this slot that doesn't count as barren. Hell yeah, export those steam engines. That's fantastic. I guess I'll put down a mud crack for the moment just to have something down. I don't know, just to have something down doesn't seem like a good use of limited eon. So we could be working on the tier 4s, I guess? Everything's going really well with these plants. So okay, you're not full up on slots yet, it sounds like. Oh no, we have one there. Okay. I would like to provoke Great Dune Market to expand. If we can get one more patch of Savannah, I would really like that. So let's put something down over here. Probably an animal. What animal? We don't have a lot of wealth animals available right now. I guess of these, the gazelle is the highest value, the highest raw resource value. Let's see if this provokes this city to expand. Didn't provoke either of them. This city does also still have empty. Okay, well we can fix that. Let's step forward into our new era. So, extra rerolls, gain to draft charge, gain to microcharge, just for doing diversity. All right, get to 200, get to 300, get to 500. It's interesting that Calm Era 3 still requires you to get to 500 without giving you any extra benefits. Because, like, in a sense, this is actually kind of hard, right? We no longer have the free buildings that we would have accumulated, but we still have to hit that, honestly, pretty high threshold. Okay, so 1 gold for each gold in the Symbioticum with the highest gold value, I think is going to beat half of the golden animals in total. Because, like, we're going to get a diamond or something, right? That's going to be the way this goes. Right now, that's providing 110 gold. It will be providing more. But let's put down some more stuff. We have a couple of drafts. What do I need? Well, I guess I should make these kinds of distinctions. So big food from one animal. Big food animal. Obviously sushi bars off the table. 600 is a lot of gold. And she does need gold. But like we already have a 235 food animal. 600's a lot of gold. Distinct predator biotica. That's a problem. We don't actually have that many predators. Maybe we can make it happen within the draft? I'm going to not make that decision yet, I think. And Great Dune Oasis is not even asking us yet. Okay. Let's take some drafts. I think I do want to take a Savannah draft here. Let's see about predators. So you're a scavenger. At most, we could gain one predator off of this draft. And it is worth noting that we do need to gain a lot of food, right? As much as I do want sources of gold, and she does have a gold thing to meet, I'm wondering if the play is take the sorghum. Yeah, it might be. Take the sorghum, but then we still have to figure out an awful lot of gold. We do have a lot of rerolls. I do want pink diamonds. Pink diamonds are going to be very good here. Maybe I'm taking the lion. The thing is, like, each distinct predator bioticum on the planet. If we take a predator that just gives a lot of money, and then also we take a thing that's giving money based on predators, where's all our food going to come from, right? Let me reroll. Let me see something different. Okay, this is interesting. We're not super in the bird strategy. It is worth noting that this gives us a couple of different predators, and it also gives us a pretty high value food animal. And the secretary bird itself does produce both, and it does give us parakeet, and we can pay attention to birds in the future. The Titan graveyards look really fun in theory, but we just don't need all that science right now. So a 100-100 Titan herbivore plus all Titan biotic on the planet gain a huge yield bonus. But the baobab itself is just a science plant, which is awkward. I think I'm going to take the secretary bird. I think we're going to focus really hard on food with our creatures and try to make maybe take the predator. I don't know. I think I'm going to take the secretary bird no matter what. I think it's very good. And maybe it's just the steak restaurant. It's a lot less. The thing is, it's very difficult for me to imagine making 600 food, right? But the fact is, if we're getting a bunch of predators, so we're good at making gold, I just don't think we need all that much gold. In the long run, we're going to need as much prosperity as we can get. So maybe it does make sense. All right, let me take a quick look at our collection of animals. Sort by resource. Yeah, let me just look at like our food 3 stars, I guess. Okay, we have potentially we have access to bears. That's something. So we have some flowers. We have the gore, which is an apex. It's interesting. It shows them. It shows a little thing for their biome at the bottom, but the gore does not have one. Nor the oryx. I'm sure they can't just go anywhere. That is a little weird. Okay, so with you having access to a taiga and a savanna, Food's a little tricky to come by. The thing is, even if we, like, a bear that is maxed out is still only 160 food. Right? Because you can only benefit from scavenger twice. So you're looking for a big apex food bioticum. We can't place a tapir. I mean, the moose. The moose is the only thing. And the moose doesn't fit very well. I think it's the predator thing. I think it's, as much as it doesn't help us hit Huntress City, I think the safari guidepost is going to be better in terms of total resources in the long run, and I don't think it's by a very small amount. Maybe we'll get enough stacking bonuses on our rhinos or something that I will be made a fool of in the future. We'll see. We'll see. And we do have like a huge amount of population to make up, right? So I am worried about it. Okay, we have another draft. Can't draft Savannah. Probably do want to draft Desert to push the very difficult City of Gold. It's not that difficult, I guess. All right, and it's really tough for me to imagine that we don't want to just reroll into Diamond. I'm pretty sure I do. Dysprosium. That's pretty cool. Anyway, pretty sure we want to reroll into Diamond. Yep, the Diamond, the Turquoise. A Rattlesnake. Yeah, for sure. Plus 100 gold for each distinct gem bioticum in this biome is going to be so good. Okay, so we know the path through which we will approach 500 diversity or 500 prosperity. Will we actually get there? I don't think it's entirely trivial. I don't think it's guaranteed. I think this is where we're going to stop for today, and thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we are just going to continue amassing a ridiculous pile of gems, and we'll see you then.